Kane Stray is here with us today. Kane, how you doing over there, man? We're really looking
Yeah,
forward to having you on Supreme.
I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. You know, it's a
Good.
beautiful rainy day in good old England, so
Yeah.
never a bad time for a chit chat.
Yeah. No.
Listen, we were just talking, and we were just having a little bit of a discussion about this upcoming fight. Let's get straight to it. You are taking on Jurgen Scruin. Jurgen's coming over from Norway. He won against Roland Belov. You said that fight did not impress you, and you're not even worried about this fight.
I'm clearly not worried about this fight. Obviously, I'm training my heart off right now. I'm training like I'm fighting some fucking massive ass guy who's gonna beat the shit out of me. But to be fair, what I saw in February, I wasn't really impressed. Wouldn't even count that as a win. To me, this is a debut versus a debut fight. Because at the end of the day, no, I swear the guy punched Jorgen once and then Jorgen went for a takedown and the guy dislocated his shoulder. That's not a win. I can't honestly say that's a win. Especially when I was supposed to be fighting him in February, and that would have been a different outcome. I would have knocked him out on his feet right there and then.
You take a look at this fight, and in your mind, is there any way this guy has any advantage on you at all?
Um, no, I reckon my wrestling is fucking more superior than him. Striking is more levels way above him. I reckon I've got the more superior power, the more technique. I don't see this fight leaving 2 rounds. I'm not gonna lie.
So you make the walk to the cage. Jurgen makes the walk to the cage. It's May 21, few fights in. The audience is filling up. The atmosphere is pumping. The referee says go. What happens?
But I see complete domination from me until I'm gonna try and make him put so much fucking pressure on him. Uh, he's not gonna want to be a fighter after my fight. Uh, yeah, he's not going to be a want to fighter. He's going to think, nah, fuck that. Like, I know he's got his teammate Ole. I bet he's been looking up to Ole, thinking, this is, oh, I want to be Ole. It's not going to happen. After this, he's going to be like, no, I'm done.
Now, if you took me back to the beginning of where this whole journey began, I know you work a day job, you work at Travis Perkins, you want to become a PT at some point. How does this whole thing come about, getting into the MMA game and actually coming to the point of having a fight?
To be fair, I didn't know this until I actually started training. I like getting punched and I like punching people. So to me, this is the best sport for it. And yeah, it takes me out of that area where I feel pissed off of like people talking to me, and then I get to punch people in the face. So at the end of the day, this is the best sport for me, and I get to show what I've learned and my skill set come May.
Is there something in your past, like, I know you mentioned you were homeschooled, you had some other things going on, and how you come to this point. Prior to coming into the MMA gym, was there something that made you think maybe I do
Um,
need to try this?
Obviously back in the day when I was like 14, I did kickboxing, try and take some aggression out. I was a kid who fought a lot in school, so I did have a bit of an aggression building up. But MMA does it can't speak, challenges it into one bit, and I get to take it out on someone and not be arrested. So yeah, it's a great sport for me.
Do you find control? Like, have you learned kind of the elements? Because look, you talk to some fighters, and they are like a switch happens, right? They go out and they become someone entirely differently from warm up onwards, or maybe fight day onwards, or maybe, somewhere during the weight cut the week before the final portion of that. But otherwise, they're super zen. They're super controlled. They're very measured. They have a totally different attitude. But, others, they do channel that. I wake up in the morning and I think about my opponent. You mentioned you've been thinking about Jurgen for months now.
Yeah.
Like, where does the boundary lie for you?
Um, the boundary lies are, to be fair, I am completely zen. I do talk a good game. Um, there is boundaries everywhere. Obviously, I would not step boundaries like Jorgen has, talking shit to my mates, getting his teammates to talk shit to my mates. That's a boundary. You're fighting me, by the way, mate. Don't talk shit to my mates. But that's the boundary. But at the end of the day, I am zen. I have got complete zenness in that ring, and I promise you, there will be no wild fight. It will be just pure technique from me, and honestly, I don't think you'll be able to touch me.
You mentioned that there had been, and look, there's a lot of talk on the internet about people getting into someone's DMs, right? But you mentioned there was some DM action happening about the chit chat between you and Jurgen or teammates. Could you clarify that? What's been
Yeah.
said?
So basically, what happened was I put a post out, tagged some people on it, and his teammates or students, I don't know, but they're about 14, something like that. Basically, it was like texting my mate saying she's like clapped and shit like that, and which means she's ugly and shit. And I just think that's across the line. Like that's a boundary. Like you can't fucking hit that. So to me, it is personal now. You fucked up on that bit, but I will be taking it out on him come May.
And is that a point of motivation? Is that just a point of disrespect?
Obviously, it's not. It isn't a motivation, but it's not. I was already motivated. I've been motivated since December, since the fight. I knew about the fight because obviously I was supposed to fight him in February. Uh, but no, I've been motivated every single day, and it's just building up, especially with things like that, like talking shit to my mates. It's just building the motivation up for me just to want to break his face.
Do you think he shoots on you?
Yes, I think as soon as we start the fight, I throw a punch and he shoots at me, but I reckon I'll stuff it, get back on the feet, and I will light him the fuck up.
You think he gets scared of your power, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I reckon he'll be on the back foot the whole fight. He won't want to fucking shoot on me. Um, I don't think after he feels power, he don't want to shoot.
Does it concern you to sit here on an interview and tell the other guy what you expect from him and what you're going to do? Or are you just that confident that, hey, he has
I'm
nothing,
that
he has no
confident.
reply? Really?
I'm that confident. Yeah, I feel like everything in my game is more superior than him. Like, if he wants to take me down, we can wrestle, bud. We can wrestle. But I let you know, I will be getting back on my feet, and that fight, like standing, will be levels above it, and I will outstrike you.
What do you think makes a great fighter?
All roundness. They've got to be all round, which that's what we've been trying in this camp. That's what my whole team's been doing. An all-rounded fighter is a great fighter. Wrestling to the jiu-jitsu to this striking, it's you've got to balance it, and I feel like my whole team's got that.
Who are your favorite fighters?
What in the UFC or just all round?
In general, boxing,
Um,
kickboxing, could be jiu-jitsu, could be MMA in the UFC or anywhere.
Probably prime Robbie Lawler. He was just a monster back in the day. I grew up seeing his fights, especially Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald, number two. That's my all-time favorite fight. Like, if I have an honor to having a fight like that, I'll be like, that's my praise to have a fight like that one day, bloody and just gory.
And do you think it's those kind of like those fighters that become defined as being like over or rather never out of the fight and always able to overcome the odds? Because you see these guys, I remember Robbie Lawler, like he was part of the Militich fighting system team back in the day. And it was Midwest, man. That's Iowa. I'm from Michigan, so I know about that stuff. And under Pat Militich, and there were so many amazing stories about the sparring sessions. I mean, back when Tim Sylvia was a champion, back when Jens Pulver was a champion, the gym that guy came from is like the kind of experiences they go through that forges them. You think that contributes to the greatness that you've described?
Yeah, 100%. Like, look at his fight with, or look at the two fights with him and Hendricks. He came from a loss and then bounced back, get to his rematch, and he beat Hendricks in the second fight. Won the title and then went on to fight many great guys. And yeah, he's just a great fighter who overcomes everything.
And you're making your debut on Supreme Championships. What do you think makes a great show? What makes a great promotion?
Oh, Supreme, they do it all the time. Great fighters. They always get the best fighters. I've been to two events now. I've cornered one event, and then I was a spectator the last event. Just great fights. What they do is they just get the best fighters in the UK, and honestly, I feel like this show will pop off one day. It will be a big show.
Who's behind you? Who are your biggest support mechanisms or biggest teammates, training partners, even people off, aside from the gym environment? There's a lot that happens sometimes behind the scenes. What's been your rock, so to speak?
Just everyone, to be fair, my family, my great team, my girlfriend, like they've been supporting me for well, since the 9 months journey I've been through at the minute. So they're keeping me level headed, and motivated to just go out there and be the best I can.
What does your girlfriend think about this whole thing?
She she hates it. She hates fighting. But she has always supported me. She will always come to the gym with me. She always supports me, like takes me to the hospital, like if I injured myself or something like that. She does obviously she hates all the violence and stuff like that, but she's all right with it.
What has made it uh, so addicting for you though? That's been a common theme. Like we've talked to a lot of the different athletes who are kind of making their debut, like yourself, or have one or two fights, and the theme, even for some of the, we talked to Mike Waters, who's 45. He talked about this incredible, like insatiable lust to be able to get into the gym and get into that community, even if he's tired, even if his partner is like, honey, I want you back home, or this, that, and the other. He's like, you cannot replace that experience. What is it that keeps you coming back?
Um, it's hard. It's hard to say. It's you get this feeling deep down in you. It's like a fire, and it just gets you wanting to go and get motivated. Especially if I've got an event in front of me. If I've got an event in front of me, yeah, like it doesn't matter what people say or what's trying to hold me back. I will be in this gym at 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, no matter what. Um, that's just what gets me going. Like if I know I've got an opponent, because I know the opponent. If I take one day off, that opponent might be training that day, and I can't let that happen.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Looking forward to having you against Jurgen Screwen. You guys are fighting on May 21. The 19-year-old Kane Stray will be there. So will Jurgen Screwen. It's an international fight. UK taking on Norway. Any final thoughts? Why should people come and see you? What have you got to say to the fans? Anything you want to put out there on the Ethernet?
Well, people should come and watch this fight because I promise you it's going to be pure violence. I will break his face within 2 rounds and I will KO him in a second. There's no doubt about that.
All right. You got it there. Kane Stray, thanks for coming on today, man.
Thank you, Chris.
All
It's a
right. We'll
pleasure.
catch you soon. Good luck to you,
Thank
sir.
you, man.